Hey YouTube, I went to Rausch Creek with Off-Road Consulting. This is the N3 and then the L2 trail, and these trails are green trails. We filmed this about a month ago in late November. When you're seeing this, obviously this is going to be early December probably. Usually I'm about a month behind on getting videos up, sometimes less. It just depends on how many videos I need to cut. So this is a green trail. We're just showing off the trail just so if anybody was planning on going to Rausch Creek and they were apprehensive or something like that and they wanted to see some trails that they thought they could go on with their stock Jeep, this would be some of the stuff they could do. This is a northeast property. If you're looking at the map and you're trying to figure out like where N3 and L2 is, it's on the northeast map, and we are going to be going around the property a little bit and showing off some of the different areas. This is a guided ride with Off-Road Consulting. They do the parks guided rides. They typically do them monthly, sometimes more than monthly. So this part of the trail is blue. So maybe it would be stock friendly. Let's see. So there's a little bit of a jump down there. Probably a stock vehicle could do that. They might not like going up it so much, but they should probably be fine. So to keep in mind, if you get to pick like the direction that you're going up or down a trail, if you think the obstacles are too big in one direction, they might be easier to do in the other direction. Meaning, going downhill is easier than going uphill. So far, looking at this trail, it doesn't look too terrible, like for even a stock vehicle. There's a little bit of water here. This water will not challenge like a stock vehicle. You can easily, get the water way deeper than this, and it would be completely safe for a stock vehicle. The other thing to keep in mind is this water is not really like running water, so it's not going to push you anywhere. You just drive through it. For the Jeep in front of me that's on 35s, you saw the water maybe got close to the rock rails, but I don't even think it got to the rock rails. For me on 40s, it probably didn't even get halfway up the wheel. But if you had stock tires, maybe it would come up to the bottom of the door. That's not anything to really get too scared about, like in a Jeep.
Unlike Yellow Jacket, for the most part, like only three of us like did Yellow Jacket, the hard line on Yellow Jacket, 2 or 3 of us, and everybody else like just watched.
There are a couple rocks here. Proper tire placement, you could easily get over these in a stock vehicle. So when I say proper tire placement, if you look for like the largest rocks on the trail, essentially you want to put your tires on those rocks. So basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to make like a V, and so anytime you see something that looks kind of like a V, you would want to put your tires on the upper parts of the V, if that makes sense. If I find a good example, I will show you a good example. But basically, like if you see a set of ruts, which is like the tire tracks of the Jeep, you do not want to put your tires in those ruts. You want to pick a spot like a foot to the left or a foot to the right, so the rut is going down the middle of the Jeep and you're on the upper part of the obstacle. Because essentially like the lowest point on the Jeep is the center of the Jeep, and so you don't want to put the lowest part on your vehicle on the highest part on the trail.
Either he has a lead foot, like a ridiculous lead foot, or like, I mean, it'd be like if I was trying to do this in 4 high. It's like what I'm saying.
It's not like you haven't tried it.
So some of these obstacles might actually challenge a stock Jeep if you don't do them right. Like that rock on the right side of that tire. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, you can just kind of like drive around like those obstacles. Nothing's even touching like the vehicle in front of me, you can tell. So I edited the video just to kind of elucidate for newbies or whatever what I'm talking about. So there's a rock on the left, place it where the little green marker is. There's a rock on the right where the other green marker is, and you see there's like this V. So the general idea is you can see where the person put their tires. That's where you want to put your tires, at the top of the V's. right? So there's a V going down, and that's like where the pumpkin can clearly go between the two rocks. And you know, you do not put the rock in the middle between the tires. Instead, you put the tires on the biggest rocks. So then you have this nice little V underneath the vehicle. So that's called straddling. And what that does is it makes it so your vehicle lifts up above the hole and that you're making basically, and the tires are on top of the rock. So you're always looking for these V's, and then you just steer and try to get your tires on top of the V's. Hopefully that kind of like explains what I'm saying. And so some of this, you know, I think a stock vehicle could probably pretty easily get through here, especially if they knew about these V's. Right there you can see, I mean, maybe a stock vehicle would probably maybe bang something like right there if they weren't on the right rocks.
Control arm.
I'm like looking like at the pumpkin at the vehicle in front of me. But I mean, even with a small lift, it should be pretty easy. And even a stock vehicle probably could do it with just looking for the V's. And once again, I mean, you're just looking at the trail and you just look for rocks.
There's a big rock on this side, so you need to go to your side.
So for these little downhill dips, you want to use your low gears, like obviously like first gear, second gear, something like that. And you know, you don't really need to brake that much as long as you're in first gear. And you know, the vehicle will move very slowly in 4 low, and you'll see we're just going down and then back up.
Perfect.
So yeah, that might be a bit much for a stock vehicle, but I bet you'd make it with a little bit of work. So anyway, this is an N3 and L2 trail. I don't see any monster obstacles on here that make it like stupid complex. It might be a hair above stock, you know, friendly for like newbies, but I'm pretty sure you get a stock Jeep through there without any significant damage. You just might have a couple little spots where you have to look for those V's and drive over them. So anyway, this is the kind of walkthrough showing you N3 and L2 in the northeastern property of Rausch Creek. Please like and subscribe, and we'll show you some video footage of another trail shortly. So thanks.